Cool, right, I'll move on to question 2.
Okay.
This is from Matt Jones. So he's saying, do musicians
All right,
genuinely critique themselves enough?
It's a good question.
One, yeah.
Yes, that is a good question. And do you know what? It's a really tough question because I think some musicians really critique themselves
too much.
So, and I'm just like, dude, honestly, like, you were really good. Stop with the negative critique. But then others are just a little bit less self-aware and just go in blindly, and I'm just like, oh, you're not ready. And so, 2 things I wanted to bring up with this question is how people are being taught in this country and the music education, because, and for me personally, similar kind of thing, you know, when it's educational, when it's helping people, you want to give them all of the confidence from a man management or a band management point of view. When people are just coming through, you want to be like, you can do this, it's going to be amazing, keep going. And if someone says something nasty, you're like, don't listen, you're amazing. And so you're trying to build people up. Then from the opposite end of it, then you start putting shit out there, and the people who aren't close to you and they don't have that emotional tie-in, the trolls, they're nasty. They really they can be horrible. Like some of the stuff that I've had sent through, I'm just like, I don't know if it's illegal. But I think it's illegal to say those things to me. You know, but that's what you get. You get both ends. And this is real life. This is real life where, you know, you've got friends and people that love you and audience and people that are with you on your journey that are just desperate for you to succeed. And then you've got the other side to it, which is people that just want you to die. In their own words, you know, really nasty. And so trying to bounce between the two is very hard. And being this musician, you are looking at, you know, you are looking at some, because everything nowadays is just so widely available online, it's very hard not to see musicians on some, because someone will share something, you know, every so often someone will just tag me into like a bass post. And I'll look at the bass player and I'll be like, what do you do? That's incredible. And part of me is like, oh, I love watching this. This is amazing. I'm like, I've got my social currency. I've got my social standing because I've seen this, and I'm a bass player too. Hooray! And part of me is just like, I can never do that. Like, oh, that makes me feel terrible.
I feel you.
It's a really tough thing. And I never had that growing up because, you know, the internet's what, 20 years old. So when I was growing up, and learning, the internet was really new, you know, and it wasn't a share. So I compared myself to other bass players in my town and city, and no offense to people I grew up with from my town and city, but I shat on all of you. So, but now the whole thing is the same thing, but instead of my local town, it's the entire world. And all of a sudden I'm going, oh, I'm the best in my local community, but look at the world. There are people, and they've always been there. There's always been this crazy ability around the world dotted around. It's just now we can see it, and that is harsh. So musicians will see that and then critique themselves and be like, I can't compete with those people. But then other people, where you get the X Factor type thing, where people go on the X Factor and just think, yeah, I think I'm going to win the X Factor, and you just think, how did you get here? Like, and how are you allowed on TV? It's just, this is comedy. And so it's a very difficult one. I think the main thing is, and the answer for me for this is, I like to surround myself with better people than myself. Is what I would like to do. So I want to surround myself with people that I trust their opinion, because I know that if I go and ask my mum, she will tell me I'm awesome, because she's my mum, and she's lovely. Hi, mum. And so that's her job. That's what she's there to do. But also, I don't want to go to just the trolls in the world and just say, tear me apart. But there are people in the world, and these, there is. And do you know what? And these middle people are hard to find, and they are worth their weight in gold. People who like you, but will be honest with you. Tough. Really tough, especially people who like you and know what they're talking about and prepared to actually give you these advice, which is why I think, you know, I know I'm biased and it's a bit egotistical, but this is why I think this sort of channel is really important, because I want to be able to tell you the warts and all truths. I'm not going to rip your demo apart online, because I think that's mean, but at the same point, I'm not going to make bones, you know, I'm not going I'm not going to lie about it.
Yeah.
I'm, you know, I think musicians in the world at the moment are not doing enough. I feel like they're relying on too much luck. I feel like they're making too many excuses, and I think they're living in the past.
Yeah.
And so how we deal with that is you watch the videos and you are self-aware and honest with yourself and say, is this me? Is this what I'm doing? So I think when it comes to critiquing yourself, I think a lot of musicians do it too much.
Yeah.
I think a lot of musicians don't do it enough. And I think it's very hard to find a balance. So the thing that you do is you go and find some kind of mentor.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've had 2 or 3 in my life that I just trust their opinion.
Yeah.
And when the chips are down, when I need some advice, I can go to them and just say, I trust your opinion on this. Be honest. What do you think? And if they go, yeah, dude, it's bullshit,
Yeah.
I'll go, fine,
Yeah,
great.
at least you know. Yeah.
That's what I needed to hear.
Yeah, I think it's just like constructive criticism, isn't it? As opposed to
Absolutely,
just
yeah.
criticism
From people
yeah.
that you trust.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.